Alright guys, how you doing? Welcome back to another MUFC Agenda video. Manchester United 0, Crystal Palace 2 at home at Old Trafford. I'm just seeing the table here. Crystal Palace have jumped ahead of us, meaning we are down into 13th place. Crystal Palace 1 point ahead of us in 12th place. And it's another disappointing and another lacklustre performance from Manchester United at home in the Premier League. For some reason, we are struggling big time when it comes to games at Old Trafford. Just in the Premier League in general, we are just struggling. It's so inconsistent. There is zero consistency and zero quality in this team at some points. It's just so infuriating to watch. And yeah, I'm just getting a little bit sick to the back teeth of it, as a lot of other fans are as well, because we can't just keep... I was going to say we can't keep going like this, but the thing is we are going to have to keep going like this until the end of the season. Literally, just as we speak, Matthias Tell has agreed to join Manchester United. I don't know if he just watched the Palace game and gone, I can get in this team, no problem. He's not wrong. He absolutely can get in this team, no problem. We've got two strikers and both of them were on the bench today, and we started Maino up front because we've got that little quality. So please, get Tell in the door, and we need him now. I'm not saying he's going to change our lives, but I'm sure he's going to be better than whatever we've got now, and it's a good talent that we could hopefully improve, and hopefully improve us to score some goals, because for 60 minutes... if I just take my anger away, and for 60 minutes, let me just turn off this screen. Okay, so that's turned off. Yeah, for 60 minutes of the game, we were well in it. We were creating chances, and we started the second half pretty decent. In the first half, first 20 minutes of the game, we were solid. We were creating chances. We had the main one off the post, and I feel like there was another one that I forgot about. But we had chances in the first 20 minutes. Then in the in the middle 15 minutes of the first half, it was a bit more even. Palace started to get a little bit more structured, and they were getting chances of their own. And then the last few minutes of this half, we had a few more chances again. But and there's a few bits of nice play, should I say. More nice play than chances in the end of the first half. And then the second half starts, no changes. And again, we're on the front foot, we're creating chances. This time we get some shots on target. It looks like the goal was coming. And then it's the 64th minute, and everyone decides to fall asleep on the cross from the free kick. The cross comes in, Lacroix wins the header, hits the bar. Bruno, who is marking Mateta, and Harry Maguire, who is literally 2 feet away from Mateta, just stare and watch the ball hit the crossbar and fall into the feet and the path of Mateta. All he has to do is stick a leg out, and it goes into the back of the net. What on earth are they doing there? Maguire has been brilliant under Amorim, and I think he's been brilliant in this back three, but he had a big lapse of judgment, and to be honest, I think he's a little bit at fault for the second goal as well, which we'll talk about in a sec. But what I'm not even just them two who are mainly at fault for that first goal. Everyone is just ball watching. No one is hurrying back towards the goal in case something that did happen could potentially happen, and it falls to a player, literally, as it played out for their first goal. Why has no one got that on their brain? Why has no one got that on their brain to think that could happen? You know what? Let's just watch the ball and see if something does happen, and then we're all about 5 yards away from it when it does actually take place. We can't do anything about it because we're all 5-10 feet away from the action, instead of getting back into position and trying to save your team from conceding a goal. So yeah, I've got to blame both Bruno and Maguire, and then also the rest of the players for just watching the ball as well. I think it's pathetic. Another set piece as well, by the way. Another set piece. I know it doesn't come directly from the set piece, but they score because of the set piece. They whip the ball in. Lacroix hits the Denver, and then it falls to Mateta. And it's basic and it's simple, and we seem to concede it all the time. It's like every other game now we're conceding a set piece goal. It's pathetic. It really, really is. And then we just lose complete composure in the game. Up to then, we were in the game. It was a tight game. We had our chances. We were probably in the better position because we'd started the second half quite well. The mentality in this team, it's shocking. It is absolutely shocking, because when we concede one, everybody loses all composure. They just go, oh my God, we need to score a goal. Oh my God, we need to score a goal. They start Bruno especially just starts hoofing balls up. We all start going long, trying to win headers. Just take the sting out of the game. Yes, you're 1-0 down, but there was, from the goal to the end of the game, including added time, there was over there was over half an hour of football still to be played. But we just start rushing everything. Everyone loses composure. And by the way, we already struggle to create chances and build up a play against a deep block. But they weren't even sitting back anymore. They weren't even being structured. They were on they were on all our players like that, because they just absolutely shatter under a bit of pressure. It's like someone standing on a piece of glass, and they just absolutely crumble. It's like pulling out the easiest Jenga piece, and then somehow it just falls apart. That is Manchester United. All you have to do is score a simple set piece, and they just crumble. They lose all sort of composure, and it's embarrassing. Because I don't even know why it is, but it seems like it happens a lot more at home than away from home. They just absolutely crumble. There's not any more words for crumble. You know what I mean? They just fall apart. Well, there's another word, I suppose. And it's embarrassing to watch, because when you're in a game for 64 minutes and then they go and score a goal, and then it just feels like it's game over. I just felt like when we conceded that goal, there was no way back, because we didn't look like we had a goal in us, even though we were getting closer and closer. It just felt like even if we did score a goal, it would only be one, because we just don't have firepower. We don't have firepower unless Ahmad decides to absolutely cook up again like he did against Southampton. But we can't keep relying on individual brilliance. We need quality in depth. Unfortunately, we're looking on the bench and we're bringing on Eriksen, who's way past his sell-by date. And to be honest, he's probably a good substitution for us. And that says a lot of things where Manchester United are now. Eriksen, who was... he was at Brentford. He was at Brentford, so that's all that needs saying, really. That's all that needs saying. I'm not dissing Eriksen because he was good in his first year, but he's been last season and then for the rest of this season, 18 months, probably a little bit longer actually, he's been nowhere near it, and we're still trying to use him as an option. And I'm not even going to blame Amorim as that. We've got no options. We've got none. So he has to use someone like Christian Eriksen. I don't know why I'm going in on Eriksen. The whole team is crap. Obviously, we've got individual players like Mainu, Ahmad, Garnacho, young, exciting talents, but the rest of them, they just not got any consistency in them. And I don't even know. It just seems like a rot in the United dressing room, and it just worms away at everyone. When decent players come in like Mazraoui and Dalit, it just seems to rub off on them. You know what I mean? It rubs off like a virus, and it was all downhill from there when we conceded that goal, because, like I said, fragile mentality. And then obviously we concede the second goal, which again, Maguire, there's just no chemistry in that back line. I think Lloro steps forward, Maguire steps back, slightly keeps on. Munoz, I believe, it was a brilliant ball by Sarr. Brilliant ball by Sarr, and a good run from Munoz, and it's an easy pass to Mateta, and they get the win. It was simple as that, really, for them. Simple as that. Broke us down like that, in behind the back line with a shot, with a 2-on-1 against the keeper, and every time of the week they're scoring that, and we find ourselves 2-0 down, and that is the game summed up in a nutshell, really. It's poor from United, weak mentality, and lack of quality going forward, and it's been like that all season, really. Been like that all season. We've been lacking it, and obviously, hopefully, tell signs. Hopefully, we get that signature, because we need another option going forward, especially now Rashford's going to Villa. And like I said earlier on the stream, that video will be up later on tonight. I've done a little reaction to Rashford to go into Villa. And yeah, that's all I've got to say, I suppose, on this game. It's the same old United, really. There's nothing really changed. It's been like that for weeks. Sometimes we get a win, sometimes we get a loss. We are where we are because that's the quality of the team. Simple as that. We need to bring in new players. It was nice to see Haven and Dorgu getting shown to the fans. That definitely got them up, and it kind of felt like that way at the start of the game, but then it all fizzles out eventually. And that sums up United. I suppose we'll go through player ratings. Onana. I mean, I don't think he can do much on the goals. He felt like he claimed quite a bit, but he's conceded 2 goals at the end of the day, so I'll just give him a 5. Lloro, feel like he put much of a foot wrong, but we've lost 2-0 and he's part of the back line. I'd probably give him a 5.5. Maguire, I'm giving a 5. Martinez was playing some nice balls in behind before he got injured. And that might be a season over. I actually forgot to talk about that. That could be a season over. I'm praying it's like what Varane's was. You know, when he thought he might have missed the World Cup and then he was actually back in like 3 weeks. I'm hoping he's just heard something and maybe felt something that didn't quite feel right, but he had. I'm just hoping for the best because we are desperate for him. Because if Luke Shaw can't stay fit, we've not really got a left-sided player that can advance the ball, and that's a big part of Amorim's system. And he's a big part of Amorim's system. He's been fantastic in this calendar year so far. That's a big miss. It's going to be a big miss. Big miss. I mean, I'll give him a 6. I know he's part of the back line, but he was playing really well. He was playing some nice balls. He was winning his tackles up high, and I feel sorry for him. He'll probably miss the rest of the season now, and it's an absolute shame. Mazraoui, Dalot, both wing backs. I'm going to give a 5. I don't think they get involved enough. I love Mazraoui as a right centre back. I think he's superb there. I think it suits him down to a T. But right wing back to get up and down, he offers nothing for me personally. I think he's an absolutely quality player at right centre back. That's where we should play him. Don't play him at wing back. If I'm being honest, I really like Dalot. I think he's a hard worker, but he doesn't suit wing back either. I think there'll be plenty of suitors for him. I'd look to go and get him gone. I'd look to go and get rid of him. Maybe when Dorgu comes in, he might be a lot better on the right side. So I'll give him time till the end of the season. When Dorgu comes in, hopefully we see Dalot playing that right wing back spot. And if he impresses, then we keep him. But if it stays like this, then maybe we look to offload. Ugarte and Fernandez. Ugarte winning his tackles but getting booked. There's a couple of misplaced passes. 5.5 for Ugarte. We've lost 2-0 at home. No one's going to get a good score here, really, if I'm being honest. Your best is looking at a 6. Fernandez, I thought, was giving the ball away, especially when we need him to keep the ball. I felt like he was going long ball FC. It's a 5.5, maybe even a 5 for Bruno. Garnacho, Diallo and Mainu, I thought looked sharp for the first 15 minutes. They're all young lads. But at the end of the day, we didn't score any goals. To be honest, I wouldn't put that blame all on them, but they are the attackers, and that's what we need them to do. Obviously, Mainu's playing out of position, so I'm going to give Mainu a 6, and maybe just mark down Garnacho and Ahmad to a 5.5. They weren't the worst, by nowhere near the worst. They looked like a threat and Garnacho actually had a pretty decent first half. And every time Ahmad gets on the ball, it does look like he's going to do something. But we've lost 2-0, and I felt like we controlled the game for the first hour. We had about 70-odd possession with multiple chances, and we didn't score a goal. And at the end of the day, they were in the attack. The subs, none of them did anything, so I'm not even going to bother rating them. That's going to be it from me today. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments down below. It's a bad result in the Premier League once again for United. Hopefully we can get a win on Friday against Leicester. We'll be back to do a stream then. And this time there will be a match preview on Thursday. I'll make sure it's there. I'll record it on Wednesday, get it all up ready for Thursday. And there'll be a video later on Rashford, and maybe I might even do one on Dorgu as well. And I suppose we'll see where this Tell deal goes. But that's going to be it from me today. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Not a good result for United. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And that's going to be it for me today, and I'll see you on the next one.